folks, this is AO, and this is the Dodge Journey, a mid-sized crossover SUV manufactured and marketed by Fiat CA, which is a US LLC Dodge brand since the 2009 model. This car went underneath what they call the major facelift in 2011. Fiat Fremont, which is an Australia group in Brazil, China, South Korea, and the Dodge, also known as JC in Japan, and Dodge, which is JCUV, which is in China. Production was in 2009 to present, to the model year 2009. The assembly is in Toluca, Mexico. And believe it or not, the designer of this particular car was Ryan Nagodi. Ryan Nagodi is an automobile stylist. Currently chief designer for what they call the Ram SRT in Fiat in the USA Interior Studio at the Fiat Chrysler Automotive. Ryan, I guess, was a person who was known in East Oral, New York. His nationality is American. His occupation, of course, is an automobile designer. He's the chief designer, like I said earlier, of the Ram and the SRT in the Fiat USA, in the interior studio of Fiat. And that's just a few things about the designer. But let's get back to the car, folks. Now, this car is also known as the Fiat Fremont in Australia, in Europe, in Brazil, in China, and South Korea. And in Japan, the car is known as the Dodge JC. And in China, the JCUV. Now, the production, of course, was in 2008 to present. Now, the model year is 2009 to present. Again, like I said, the assembly was in Toluca, Mexico. This is a mid-size crossover SUV, a 5-door SUV, of course. The layout is a front engine, front-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, Chrysler JC platform. And it's also related to the Chrysler 200 and the Chrysler Sebring and the Dodge Avenger. The engine is a 2.0 liter, and which can also be found in diesel, which is also a collaboration with Volkswagen. Again, it also has a 2.4 liter, which is a gasoline engine, which is not in cooperation with Volkswagen. Now, the transmission, of course, is a 4-speed, automatic, and it also, in other countries, it's a 5-speed manual. And it's also a 6-speed manual, too. And it's also can be made with a DCT transmission, which is something unique, guys. The wheelbase, again, is 113.8 inches. Not again, but this is the first time. And the length itself is 192.4 inches. And the width itself being 72.2 inches. And the height itself being 66.6 inches. The curb weight of this particular SUV is 3,818 pounds, which is pretty heavy for an SUV. Its predecessor, which is a Dodge Magnum and a Dodge Caravan, which has the same wheelbase. So if you're considering one of those particular cars, hey, you know, you're still in the right group. Now, this particular Caravan is identified internally within the Dodge group as JC49. It shares a platform with the Dodge Avenger, which is identical wheelbase and outgoing short wheelbase. The Chrysler minivan, which is slightly a shorter wheelbase, believe it or not. And also the Chrysler Pacifica, featuring that right there is a 5 to 7 passenger seating. But believe it or not, we're going to get into the interior of this particular SUV. Now, in 2011 model year, this includes modifications. The modifications went on in the front grille and the lower fascia. It was redesigned interior and suspension and steering and powertrain. As you can see, the front fascia. I'm coming to the front fascia to show you the front fascia. You can see that. This car is also known to have what they call the LED tail lights, which is pretty nice. We're gonna turn those on in a second so you can see that. For the 2012 model year, the Journey became the Dodge's smallest SUV from the Fiat Group. And they stopped manufacturing the smaller, but more expensive counterparts, which was called the Dodge Nitro. If you remember that, that was a particular car that was like Nitro, and boom, it appeared there. A lot of commercials was like that. The marketing wasn't too good, because I guess they didn't sell too well. So this particular Dodge Journey, that's the history of the Dodge Journey. But now let's look at the interior, and let's take a look at some of the interior right quick, folks. First thing you see when you open the door is the door locks, and you see the child-proof lock, so the children can't get out the back, and you also see the windows in this particular car. You see also the mirrors, and you control them like such earlier, like I showed in my previous video. You control them like this. This particular car, we're gonna turn on the engine right quick. Oh, let's turn on this engine. And let's turn on the lights. Let's roll down the windows so for some crazy reason, we don't get locked out. Now this right here is the interior. And you see when you come into the interior, they also have the push brakes, push to release. And you also have the hood. And for some reason, when you unlock the hood in this particular car, because it's a rental, when you unlock the hood, it doesn't let you in the hood for some reason. It doesn't have the release hat. It also has the power, right here, the power seats. And also has a lumbar support, which is actually 4-way, believe it or not, when you come in through here. When you come in through here, the first thing you see is the gauges. And as you can see, you also have the small display when you come in. You see the RPMs. You see the RPMs and the... Let's back up. You see the RPMs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you also see the temperature of the thermostat telling you cold or hot. And you also have here in the middle the radio station and the other features, the trip info and all, and also the gear indicator. You have the speedometer there, which is a nice color, white and the red. You know, it's pretty nice. And you also have here too the radio, which is a big, it actually looks like 5 inches by 5. It's like a nice square, you know. And then down underneath you have the plugs, the power cord, auxiliary, and you also have the where you plug in your computer and your phone for charging, as you can see. And again, you have your HVAC controls, your temperature controls, and you do it is also shown up there as well. And for the other side as well too, as you can see, it's both sides. So excuse the smearing of the dash. I guess that happened earlier. I guess someone else smeared it. And you also have the volume controls, the AC, the recirculation, and all that as well. And you have the rear defogger, and the traction control, and the front defogger as well, and the rear as well. And you have that, and it lights up too as well. And it looks like an SD card slot right here. To be sure, I'm not sure yet. Then it has the it also has a CD changer. And then you have the nice, you know, the old-fashioned gear switch, which goes through the whole, you know, the whole gate, which is pretty nice. It's a little old style, but it's nice. And you have a place to keep your, I guess you would keep your cell phone in there so it doesn't fly, and, you know, and go underneath the pedals or anything like that. So again, you have your steering wheel controls for the phone. You have
there are no phones connected.
Voice. You have the voice recognition. Turn down temperature control, please. You know, it did it.
Please try again.
Oh no, it did not do it. Ha. Turn up heat. Turn up heat.
I didn't understand what you said.
You understand how it works. And that's how it works, folks. Then you have here, let's take a look at this. Let's step on out. Of course, these are the light switch as well, which I pointed out earlier in an earlier video.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Say the station you want to listen to. For example,
and then you
say,
have
tune to 95.7 FM.
You have the seats and the seat control, which is to move the seat up and backwards. You just push that up, and then you can move the seat backwards too as well. Let's see. Oh boy. Let's see, it slides up and down. This is the interior.
Sorry, I still didn't get that.
I can turn the voice recognition thing off. This is just telling me that the keys are outside of the vehicle, which is nice. We're gonna put the keys in here so it'll go off. And it should. Let's see what it does. Okay. That way we get that to come off. And let's go and look. Let's look at the rear space. See, as you get to the rear of the car, you get here, you pull this, and I believe the headrests, they actually go down. As you see, the headrest actually goes down when you push it forward. That's nice. That is a nice treat. And then you have this right here where you put the belongings at, or your hidden valuables that you don't want to get hit or slung, whatever you put back here. You have the dogs, whatever, you want to put something back here. It could be anything, books, magazines. You also have the speaker back here too, which is nice. Let's take a look. And you also have this slide perforation right here. I guess so you can catch grip as you put your dogs back here or something. You also have your light. There's a light back here as well too, so you can see the things at dark. It's a pretty nice setup. You have your seat belts and all that as well. And you also have your cup holders. You can also push this up like such. You can also push this one up like such. And then you can actually move the seats headrest up like that. You also have your auxiliary power right here, which you can open and close. And let's go up here. Let's take a look at this. And if you want to get back in the back, look at this. The seats go up and out of the way to allow you to get enough room to go and sit back here. When you go back here and you sit, as you can see, you also have the vents, and you also have the lights switch, which you are able to turn on and off. But because the doors are open, you can't turn them off. They stay on. That's a nice feature. You can slide it back. You can go back like that. And the cool thing about this too is that when you go like this, and when you go like this to this one, that just makes it go back like that. But when you go like this, it makes that one, the other part, go up as well. And somebody like me that's 6'3" can just climb in. Oh boy! You can climb in like such. And actually, you have enough feet room. Oh! You're gonna have to move it back. And you have enough leg room. And of course someone else can sit here because there's still a few more inches. Pretty nice setup. And then you're able to get up and out. Oh! Up and get out. And you also can slide the seat back. You can also push that down as well. It's quite nice. And this right here, you can also have the room and the space in the trunk. And those are what you call the laser lights. Not the laser light, but the LED lights. And then you have the see how it looks in the back. It's just quite nice. It has the dual exhaust, which is nice as well. And again, as you can see, this is a Journey crossover. And you have your windshield wiper too as well. And you also have up here where the fluid comes from. And you have your brake light too as well. Again, folks, this is the Dodge Journey front wheel drive. You have your fog lights as well. It's a pretty nice setup. It's a pretty good profile. The way it's been designed, this car has been around since 2009. So it's been engineered pretty well. Collaboration with Volkswagen. And they worked out all the quirks out of this SUV. It drives pretty nice. It handles pretty nice. It's alright. You know, you get what you get for the money. Again, this is Bruce, AO Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching me. And continue watching. Remember, subscribe, thumbs up, and keep watching. Again, this is the Dodge Journey 2019. Hey, the one thing I want to add about this car too is when you come up to it, you touch it, it locks, and then you also have to touch it. Well, to unlock it, it doesn't work as such. You just open it like that. I guess you just touch it and open it, and it opens. Again, it's just a quick glimpse of how you get into the 2019 Dodge Journey. Hi, this is Bruce from AO Automotive Reviews, encouraging you to subscribe, to like, and to continue watching these videos. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to putting out a lot more great content. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Much love. Peace out.